Hey there, sports fans. Welcome back to another episode of The Turtle and the Tiger, another vlog for you today. I thought I would take the opportunity to show you Pinnacles National Park in California. It's about 130 miles north, southeast, more south than east, but southeast of San Francisco. And today we're going to do a little catch-up and give you a kind of a brief of what we've been doing and an overview of Pinnacles itself. So stay tuned. In this particular vlog, what we did as we finished up at Cape Blanco. So we finished up at Cape Blanco in Oregon and decided we were going to start heading south because the weather started getting a little funky. More cold than anything else. It wasn't quite in the rainy season yet, but it was scheduled to be rainy. So we ended up at Coos Bay for a house sit. That was interesting enough. Probably on a scale from 1 to 10, kind of a 6 or a 7 for us, and only because there wasn't a lot of great hiking without doing a lot of driving. The neighborhood was kind of cramped. Coos Bay is not an overly depressed town, but it's struggling. But we left there, and then we headed to Beach again, which is where we came in Brookings, Oregon. Stopped off at an old house sit to get some mail, because I had some mail forwarded to them so that I could pick it up on the way back. And then we scooted down into a place called Salt Point State Park in California, which is about 60 miles north of Jenner on the coast. The next morning we left Salt Point. We headed over to a place in San Francisco, just north of it, so we could get into the city for a few days. Well, finding a place around San Francisco is a little difficult with an RV. You certainly can't expect to drive and park inside the city, and even if you could, trust me, you really don't want to. But we found this place called American RV Park in Larkspur, right next to the Larkspur Ferry, and took the Larkspur Ferry into San Francisco quite a bit, and for 2 or 3 days. But you know, again, the American RV Park is an RV park. It's not a park. It's not a national monument. It's not doesn't have fire rings, picnic tables with trails or anything like that. You can basically, we utilized it to access the city of San Francisco for a few days before we moved on. So we did that and saw a lot of cool things inside of San Francisco. Checked them off our list, if you will, and moved on. So now, where do we go? Well, we decided we were going to leave Marin RV Park and settle in at Pinnacles National Park, like I said, southeast of San Francisco. It's a beautiful place, and we're going to show you around there today and see what we can show you in terms of some trails and views and some of the amenities they have, etc. A place called Bench Trail. I'm going to give you a few fun facts about the park. Currently, it's, let's see, today's, I think, November 17th. It's 1,100 feet in terms of elevation. The temperature right now is about 75, 76. It's supposed to go up to 85 in the next couple of days. But it's, obviously, it's after 11 o'clock. It's probably, I'm guessing it's about 12:30 or so. And the park's almost empty. Yesterday, at the same time, it was full. They have several group sites here. I'll show you some behind me. There's this kind of an indication here of how little people are here right now. There's one car parked up there. There's a few tents back here. They're all out hiking for the day. That's why I can talk and I don't look like a schizophrenic or something. So, but anyway, there's 2 ways into this park, an east way and a western route, but there's no through road through the park. So the main campground is on the east side, which is what we're in, and there's other hiking trails that can be accessed through hiking, but the trailheads themselves can be accessed on the west side, which is about an hour and a half's drive from here. Interesting, everything's pretty spread out. There's a fire ban on here, pretty dry. There's not a lot of green here except some of the trees that are more evergreenish, or some of the live oaks, etc., pines, etc. It is fall, so some of the leaves on the leaf trees are falling. The acorns, which I got to show you a picture of these acorns, are just crazy. They're like Conehead Saturday Night Live acorns. If they did a skit on Saturday Night Live of a family of acorns and called them the cone horns or something like that, it would look a lot like this. I'll put a picture in there. But anyway, let's go take a look at some of the trails. It's a trail that leads out of the southern part of the part of the park we're in right now, and accesses other trails in the park. There's also a similar system set up on the north end, but it's just not quite, doesn't give you the same amount of choices for trails. Just so you know, not everything's bigger in Texas. I think this is from the gray pine, actually, which is kind of hovering over my head right now. But it's not uncommon to see these pineapple-sized pine cones on the road. And God forbid a motorcycle, even a car, come along and hit them. I believe this is called Bear Gulch Trail that we're on. I'm kind of banking on that it takes us up to get a little bit better view of the Pinnacles. And it's so much cooler in the shade here. It's got, I'm guessing it's like 60, 65, 63, something like that. And the gulch is dry, as most things are here. There's a few creeks that are wet. This is pretty dry. It's a fairly easy going trail so far. We'll see what's up ahead though. I found this. Kind of looks like a type of, almost like a type of chestnut. But we'll put the name of it down in the bottom when we figure that out. So one of the cool things here is that the nature center is pretty cool. We have a video in there that runs on a loop all the time, so you can just come in and sit down and take a look at the history and all the things that apply to the park. I'm kind of trying to be quiet because I'm on my way back. I'm trying to get some late afternoon spots of the California quail. I've already flushed up about 20 of them, but we'll see if we can find some. So we just got off the High Peaks Trail here, and we're taking a left, and we're heading down towards Bear Gulch. I think it's Condor Gulch is the name of the trail. It's another 2 miles. Sun's still up pretty high, so there shouldn't be any problem getting back before dark. But wow, look at this view. This is awesome, you know. I'll tell you what, that's the one cool thing about this campground. There's some really nice trails here. And you know, on the weekend you get here and it's really packed. You can take the shuttle to some of the trailheads and work your way back. During the week though, you just if you're at the campground, you got to kind of tough it out and go up the same trail every day for about a mile till you get to a point where you can, you know, do some of the decision making to go off on different trails, etc. But it's still a cool walk. All right, we'll do a little trail footage here and there, and then hump back to camp. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it looks like smoke from a fire, one of many in California.
I don't see anybody. Hi.
Hi. You want to tell everybody what we're doing today?
Well, we're hiking the Pinnacles Trail, one of the trails.
No, it's actually
Bear Gulch Trail.
it's the Bear Gulch River Reservoir Trail.
Oh, right, Reservoir Trail.
And what else?
I want to see the caves. And
Is it called the Bear Gulch Caves?
it's called Bear Gulch Cave Trail.
Okay.
Right now we're on the Moses Spring Trail.
Yeah.
We'll get to Bear Gulch Cave Trail,
Yep.
and then I'll be doing the Rim Trail.
Oh,
High
you're going to be
peaks.
doing the rim? Okay. All right. So this is, and we stopped, and this is what we're looking at.
Gorgeous.
It's just beautiful. Yep. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So not much room up here, as you can see. Oh, look at that. We've got some pigeons over there. Yeah. There's not much. It's pretty much a solid drop from here. Yep. Pretty amazing. It goes back there quite a ways too, by the looks of it. I don't see any bird life in here yet. Well, I mean, waterfowl, that is. Pinnacles there. It's not too bad. Oh, tight. Not too bad. So the CCC carved all those out, all those steps, and we're going to head up there momentarily.
Where did your phone go?
Uh-oh. It's kind of tight. Worth it though. How tight it is out there. That's the alternative. A little wet. Ooh. Looks a little slimy. You know, it's kind of dicey in here.
Because all the steps go up, so you can easily trip over.
Yep. I'm gonna take a shitter. The camera's gonna have a freaking nice recording of it.
Because it can take me a while to get up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder about those GPS things. If you got into an emergency up here, what good would it do? They wouldn't find you in a cave.
Right.
And I don't even know if it would work inside a cave, to be honest.
I mean, your phone is just as good, right? Your ping.
Well, she claims that if you dial 911, even though there's no service up here, that it'll get a ranger.
I wonder if that's good.
Yeah.
I'd be like, can I test it?
Yeah, right. We're going to do a test today.
Oh, see, we're not even near the reservoir yet. There's still a sign that
Yeah.
says the reservoir that way to the left.
Okay. Well, let's get through this. How dark do you think it's going to be in there?
I'm not really sure.
All right, well, I'm going to put my light on. Really long. Is this it? Is this the whole cave? Watch your footing in here.
Okay. Batteries in this thing suck.
Yeah, well. That's why maybe I'll give you mine afterwards.
Okay.
And then when you're off on your own, then you'll have something a little fresher. Not the deep.
Head in here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, what am I clock on that? I know. Holy smokes.
Yeah. You gotta really crouch.
Okay. I don't like carrying this bottle and this camera, but I guess I'll stop whining about it. So this is Bear Gulch Cave.
Yeah.
Yeah. No water in there. No fish. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off for a little bit. Okay.
Okay, honey. Bye.
All right, see ya.
Okay, so it's noon now.
Yeah.
I probably have another 5-6 miles.
Okay.
So I should be back by.
So at what point in time do you want me to call a ranger?
Before dark. So
Not
I'm
before
not back
dark.
by 5.
Okay, so you basically you got 5 hours.
I should be back within 5.
So this is what I'm going to tell you. So if you get to the bottom of Bear Gulch or Condor Gulch and you get near the nature center, just take the road back. If it's dark.
If it's dark, I will.
If you
Yes.
and if you get there, just see if you can find a resident or something, then they can give
Drive
you.
me back. Yeah.
They probably would.
I'll stick out my finger and thumb back.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Be careful. We'll see you
Okay.
soon. Bye. I'll watch you go away. Bye.
honey. Because you don't see me again.
Oh no. Oh, don't even freaking say that. All right.
Love you.
Don't lose your map. People probably think that it might not be a good idea for her to hike by herself. And under some circumstances, I would probably agree with you. But if we're hiking together and I have a heart attack or something, she's got to learn how to get help. She needs to learn how to get home. She needs to learn that, you know, she has to go through the motions of having all her stuff with her, just in case that happens. So that's why we do this. The other reason we do it, it's just we like to split up sometimes and do our own thing. And we're at different paces, which is cool. Well, that's why we're doing that. So I'm on what's called Bear Gulch Trail, heading back to the truck, and then I'll take the truck back to the campground. And the idea is for her to hike all the way back to the campground, hopefully by 5 o'clock tonight. And we'll see. Oh, did I mention it's dark at 5:10? We'll see. Some pretty cool trails here, I mean, without a doubt. Climber access to High Peaks Trail, and then of course Bear Gulch, which is where we're going now. And I'll show you, if I can get out here a little ways, exactly what our objective is, which is, should be right about there. Okay, I don't know if you can see it or not, but we're here. We're about there. We're going to take Old Pinnacles Trail. Today is our last trail up to the Balconies Cave Trail, and we're going to see how that works out. So, why don't you explain to our audience while you're chewing? You got stuff in your gob.
Really stuff in my gob.
What? Why?
Snacks and homemades.
What's-
We are taking our last trail at Pinnacles.
Last one today.
Last hike.
Yeah.
We're doing the Old Pinnacles Trail.
Yeah.
We're
I can't
going-
see your face when you have your
Well,
old.
the sun's
It's
in
for
my
the
eyes.
camera. Sacrifice.
That's not in my contract.
Shit. So last day, last trail.
Last hike.
Yeah.
Old Pinnacles
Yeah.
Trail
Yep.
to the Balconies caves.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's
so
let's get
have
to
our
it.
headlamps.
All right. Yep.
So condors, they say.
Yikes. Watch out for your roots. Root Newton. Oh, look at this. Little steel bridge here. I don't think those are regulation steps. Do your stretching. So that's where we got to go, is up in here for the cave. What's the name of the cave, hon?
Balconies Cave.
Balconies?
Balconies.
Falconies?
Balconies.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see if we can find it. So this is the entrance. Obviously, they gate it a little bit so they can close it off when they don't want people in here. Oh. It says low ceilings on it. Flashlight's definitely required. Oh, look at her, she's waving. All right, gotta pause here because I gotta go under this thing, and this is like, oh, it's not too bad. She doesn't want to take the camera though. Jesus. Where the hell are you going?
I don't know. Oh, there's an arrow up in there going that way.
Oh, great. I'm going that way.
Oh, right there, down.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We could turn this into the Blair Witch Project.
We could.
People aren't even old enough for that. So,
I never saw that.
yeah, I saw a couple things. Anyway, that's where we came out. That little hole. It's not that little though. I mean, there's some big stuff here. So a couple of hints. If you got any knee problems, don't do it. If you're tall, male or female, don't make no difference. Always look up. Every time you take a step, look up. Because especially when you're pushing off and coming up, you might bump your head. Flashlight, definitely. Good shoes, definitely. Other than that, it's a lot of stretching, right? So what would you say? Is this the better cave or it's the harder cave?
Yeah, it's the harder cave. I mean, they're both different.
Yeah.
They're both cool.
Yeah. All right, so we're out of the Balconies caves, and we're heading up the Balconies cliffs, Balconies cliff trail, and on our way back to the parking lot here. It's a nice view, not a bad climb.